Do you ever get tired of seeing something in your pantry and you're like, hey, I should bake something with that? Today's one of those days. Today we're going to make hot chocolate cookies. You heard that right. Bonjour, bienvenue. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. If you're new to my channel, you should know that I really just like to try new recipes all the time. So that's what I'm doing here. I scoured the internet and found something to do with my hot chocolate. We'll start by combining our dry ingredients in a small bowl. I have 2¼ cups of all-purpose flour. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half teaspoon of baking powder. I'm whisking that together along with my hot chocolate mix. Next, we're going to cream the butter and sugar. I'm using a 3/4 cup of butter, softened, with 3/4 cup of sugar and 3/4 cup packed dark brown sugar. And we're just going to whip this together until it is light and fluffy. Enjoy the show. Remember to stop every now and then and scrape down the bowl. It took about 3 to 5 minutes for this to get to the light and fluffy stage. In the meantime, go ahead and crack 2 large eggs and have them at room temperature, ready to add, along with some vanilla extract. Stop and scrape. While this mixes, this is a great time for you to go ahead and click the like button and go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you know next time I'm going to go on another cooking adventure. Now that's looking light and fluffy, and yes, it does make a difference on the texture of your final product, so do make sure you go to light and fluffy. And here are 2 large eggs cracked in a bowl. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we will mix these in one at a time, scraping down the sides of the bowl in between each one. Now, if you don't have a stand mixer, you can most certainly do this with a hand mixer. It's just going to take you a little bit longer, and you're going to want to stop before you put in the flour mixture because you can burn out your motor, and we don't want to do that. We just want cookies, not mass destruction of home appliances. Now that we've got our 2 eggs mixed in nice and smooth, we'll start adding in that flour/cocoa mixture from earlier. Now I used 4 packets of my hot cocoa mix because it's a smaller packet. You need about a ½ cup or 80 grams of cocoa mixture. And remember, that has sugar in it as well. So yeah, we're getting our sugar in here today. And we're just going to mix that in a little bit at a time until we get a nice smooth dough. And voila, it should look like this when you're finished. And then we're going to take the beater out and we're going to do the rest of this by hand. Now I know you didn't think that was all the chocolate I was adding. We are going to mix in a cup or 170 grams of semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate chips, along with these mini dehydrated marshmallows. Also a cup of these. A cup of these mini marshmallows weighs 35 grams. Now, you can buy marshmallow bits like this. You can get them in a giant pack. I found some at Big Lots. You can order them online. Nobody paid me to say this. I'm just telling you, I'm addicted and I have these in my house. And yeah, maybe I need to use those up too. So we're just going to fold these in because we don't want to break them up. So just with your rubber spatula, go in and do a couple of turns and folds. You want to go all the way to the bottom and then fold up to the top. And guys, this is thick. Don't try to do this part with your hand mixer. You will burn it out. Trust me on that. So just easy, slowly turn it in. Yeah, we don't want to break those up. Here's a demo. Now, while we let that dough rest, we want to preheat our oven to 375 degrees and get out some nice parchment lined cookie sheets. I'm using a disher to scoop out my dough. You can use 2 spoons if you don't have one. This just helps with uniformity. And just keep going until you get your tray full. And now that we've got all of our dough scooped out onto the tray, spaced apart, we're going to go back in and top each cookie with a bit more of these dehydrated marshmallows. You know, you can also add some chocolate chips on top if you want. I didn't because I don't know why. I didn't think about it. I was just thinking about my marshmallows. And just go in and push some in on the top, thusly. Or maybe you'd be more generous than me. What am I doing with 3 marshmallows? I don't know. This is just what I did. We're going to bake these until set. It should take about 10 minutes, and they'll look kind of puffy like this. And then as they cool, they will deflate slightly. And here we have our finished product. Straight out of the oven. They are kind of chewy. If you bake them less, they stay that way. And later, when they cool, they're kind of crisp. I definitely prefer the look of the white than the multicolor. They kind of melted and made some weird little shapes on the cookie, whereas the white ones didn't do that. So there you go, hot chocolate cookies. Hope you try them. If you do, let me know in the comments. Please enjoy. Bon appetit! Thanks so much for cooking with me today. Why don't you check out this next video and let's join in on another adventure of a new recipe. Have a great day. Au revoir. Bon appetit.